We do not have to address the fact that I look like a 90s teacher right now, okay? I'm aware and I like it. So this is now my new aesthetic. So this is what it's gonna look like now. Now you know. But let's get into it. What's up, YouTube? How you feeling? How you living? What's good? It's your girl Francine. Today is Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. I was gonna put that song in here, but I'm just sick of getting copyrighted, so just think of the song. If you don't know the song, it's Happy Valentine's Day by Outkast. Look it up. It's a good song. I like it. Anyway, yeah, today we are doing another Girl, I'm Finna Take It Black card. Another love movie, and I say that in the loosest sense of the word, because is this a love movie? We're gonna talk about it. Okay, so I watched Jason's lyrics because when I looked up black love movies, I found Love and Basketball, which I said yesterday. I watched that already. Love Jones, which I did, and you know, I saw Poetic Justice, The Wood, which I actually got suggested, so I'll be doing that one this month as well. And I got suggested, I looked up all these movies and I saw that this one was one of the most top rated other than Love Jones, and I didn't get The Woods because I don't know why that one didn't come up, but that one is actually pretty well rated too. So I was like, you know what, I'll watch it. I like Jada and the guy from House of Pain, so I actually don't really like that show anyway, so that should have been an indicator there. But I was like, yeah, I can watch this movie. It should be good. No, it wasn't. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this quite frankly. If you like this movie, please tell me why. Please tell me why you would rate this movie. There were so many 10 out of 10 ratings in IMDb, and I was like, how could you rate this movie a 10 out of 10? I would rate Belly. Oh, this is probably the worst movie I've watched for this show. I mean, well, I said show like it's a TV show. For this segment, because Belly was better than this. Shop This was better than this. The Thin Line Between Love and Hate was better than this. All ever movies I've watched for this channel is better than this movie. Because it's supposed to be a love movie, but it's really not. Because it more so is about the family than it is the love part. Like, it seems like they were talking about the family stuff most of the movie, and then somebody was like, you know what, we can make this a love movie, and they was like, ooh yeah, that'd be good, and then they just sprinkle Jada in there. Because to be quite honest, the love was not very much felt. I felt like it was superficial and artificial, and I didn't really I didn't feel it, okay? I'm gonna let you know that now. That's not just because, like I said yesterday, I'm not a real romantic person. But at least in Love Jones, though they were toxic as hell, oh, Jesus, they were, you could tell they actually liked each other, loved each other, whatever, right? You could tell, even though they were both manipulative and toxic, you could tell they both loved each other. This movie, I didn't even feel like they liked each other, to be quite honest. And unlike any other video I've done so far, so we're going to change it up. I'm not going to do a blow by blow, scene after scene part of this movie because I don't think it's worth it. I don't. I couldn't even watch this movie full through because the first time I tried to watch it, I had to turn it off because I was bored. It's boring. The beginning of this movie is boring, okay? And again, maybe this is just me. I know somebody is going to be so livid at me for this review, but you know what? I don't care, because why? Just why? So let's just talk about what this movie is about, and this is very much going to be commentary for her, because I can't let them get away with thinking this is a good movie. Like, it's had a 7 out of 10, I think, on IMDb. There are some movies that are low rated on IMDb that are way better than this. Way better. Alright, let's get into it. Okay, so we start this movie in one of my, I've said this multiple times, least favorite ways to start a movie, which is a flashback, flash forward, or flash forward, flashback, whatever. We see Jason as an adult, right? In a bus driving down the street, he's talking about Mad Dog taught us about magic. And let me say, one of the biggest problems in this movie is the fake Southern accents. All you had to do was like try, like they didn't even feel like they were trying. Like they felt like they were just putting a little twang on what they were saying. These fake Southern accents, I don't know if old boy is a Southern or not, but his accent is horrible. Jada's accent is worse, okay? Because this is based in Houston, which I was confused because it sounded like they was trying to sound like they was from Louisiana, and then they, again, we're getting there. Anyway, he's talking about Mad Dog, and then we flash back to when he was a kid, and I'm like, why we couldn't just start with this? Anyway, so we see Mad Dog, who was played by Forest Whitaker, who, how the hell did they get him in this movie? You know what, whatever. This is before he was like an acclaimed actor, because sir, why are you here? Anyway, we see Forest Whitaker, and he's talking to these two little boys, Jason, who is the main guy, and Joshua, who is his brother, and he's, you know, messing around with them in this field, and there's a plane coming over, and blah blah blah. And so they, to make a very long story short, Forest Whitaker is coming back from the war. He came back from, I guess, Vietnam, this time period. Yeah. So he's coming back from the war. Or maybe? They don't actually explain what war it is. So I'm going to guess. He's coming back from the war, and no, if it was Vietnam, it would be based in the 60s. You know what? Why am I trying to make sense of this movie? Anyway. He comes back from this war, and he is messed up. Like, he is crazy. You can see he lost both of his legs apparently, and he has like prosthetics, and he's messing around with these little kids, and he gives Jason a gun, right? And he starts beating up the other son for whatever reason, and the other one does not like him at all. You can tell he does not like him. And then we cut to Forest Whitaker getting drunk at his house, and he's, you know, she gonna marry me and all this other stuff. So he shows up at their house again that night and proposes to this woman, and being very abusive, being very touchy-grabby, being very inappropriate, right? And so the two sons hear them outside, and you can see that the younger brother, Joshua, has a gun, and he is pointed at him, and then you hear shots go off. And I say it that way because I'm explaining to you at the end, which actually made me very angry. And I'll tell you why at the end of this movie. So then we cut to later on in life, right? They are older, but this is still before the beginning of the movie. And I only know that because I saw the end of the movie. So Jason goes to pick his brother up from jail because his brother's apparently in jail. And I'm thinking he's in jail because he killed old boy. Like, I'm like, oh dang, he was in jail for that long? I guess, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's murder. So that just, now I'm thinking about it, that just made me even more mad, because I'm gonna get there. Oh my god. So he picks a boy up from jail. He is played by the guy from Dead Presidents, the crazy guy in Dead Presidents. Yeah, he's crazy in this movie too. I found out his name from the other movie, but I don't remember what it is. But Dave Chappelle looking dude. And to be quite honest, and I'm gonna say this now, he is the only person in this movie that is actually really good. The only person. If he was not in this movie, I feel like I probably could not get through this movie. Feel like I couldn't do it. So he comes home from jail, and he goes out with his friends. He gets drunk. He comes to this little surprise party they have for him, and he is messed up, okay? He's like grabbing the cake. He's drunk. So he goes, lays in the bed, and you know, they're like, oh god, he already starting. So you know how it is when you got that one sibling who may or may not be me. Just be drunk, and you like, god, here she go, oh lord. So okay, so next thing, and again, we're not gonna go scene by scene, I'm just gonna tell you what's going on. So we found out that Jason works at a TV store, and well, okay, go back because this is actually kind of sort of important. He tells his brother that he needs to get a job, he needs to get his life together, because you know, you've been in and out of jail. And that's how I realized that he's been in and out of jail. So that means he's been out and then went back in. So how long was, and so he apparently is supposed to be getting a job. So Jason works at this TV store, and he leaves the store and comes to see his mom, and his mom is upset because apparently their brother went to work at their mom's job and he robbed them, apparently, which, like, damn, you just got out of jail, dog. You already robbing people? Jesus Christ. Okay. And so that's like, she kind of sick and tired of this boy, to be quite honest, which is surprising because mothers usually let their sons get away with a lot. So I'm surprised by that, but maybe she just sick and tired of being sick and tired and like, look, I'm over it. Actually, and also he stole from her job, making her look bad. Like, yeah. So one thing we realize is that both of the brothers are having kind of flashbacks to what happened in the beginning of the movie where they shot old boy. And you can tell that it's affected both of them in completely different ways. Old boy is acting crazy and Jason's kind of like having his life together to make sure that he can take care of his family, right? And so we see Jada at her job at This Is It. That's why, like, I kept wondering where this is. And I know that This Is It is in Atlanta, so I was like, is this in Atlanta? This don't look like Atlanta. Maybe it's like 90s Atlanta, I don't know, but it's Houston. We found this out. Okay, so at this point in the movie, I am bored. I'm bored. I'm like, okay, we're establishing way too much that isn't important. Like, we are seeing a lot of scenes of Joshua with his friends, his little homies that he got, which has Eddie Griffin in it, if you remember him. Remember Eddie Griffin? Undercover brother Eddie Griffin. I was like, what the hell he doing in this movie? But he is in this movie, okay? And good for him for getting acting jobs, I guess. But we see a lot of that. We see a lot of just stupid stuff that is not very important. Now we finally meet Jada, and I feel like at this point we're like 40 minutes into the movie because I wrote in my notes, I said, okay, I'm gonna try to bear this until midway. We're almost there. Because I was gonna turn it off, but I was just gonna watch it later. So we see Jada at This Is It, and she with her coworker. I don't even want to mention her again because I'm gonna have to, but like, she with her coworker. Jason comes in, sees her. Well, actually no, again, rewind. He sees her at the at his store. Okay, my battery died. I didn't even want to have anything to do with this movie. Anyway, so yeah, he meets Jada at the at his job and then sees her again. This Is It. He tries to talk to her. She gets on a bus and leaves, right? She's acting like she's not interested, which, again, this is why I say this is not a love movie, because they do the normal tropes. They do the I'm acting like I'm not interested and then I'm finally interested and then we fall in love. But that part kind of never shows up. The we fall in love part, we don't really see that. We just see them have sex multiple times and go on no dates. They never date. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, mainly because I don't even want to talk about this movie. But you know what? Okay, let's continue. Because even though she's been acting like hard to get or whatever, she does tell him to meet her at the bridge. And she says some corny behind phrase. I think, hold on, let me see. I wrote it down. When the sun leaves footprints across the sky. That's another thing about this movie, is that they try to say some profound, like, poetic stuff. And it just sounds dumb. It just sounds dumb. But he meets her at the bridge and they talk about, oh, when you see the buses pass by, you don't think about where they're going. They could be going in. Just trying so hard to act like this is some poetic behind movie, and it's not. It's not. At least it's not established to be. So then the next thing we see is, well, I'm sorry, not the next thing we see. The next part, I'm gonna summarize it, is that we realize that his brother is crazy. Like, this is when we start realizing that his brother is crazy, because his brother makes this elaborate dinner, right, for him and his for Jason and his mom, and you know, it looked good. I'd eat it, but his mom was like, "You bought this with that drug money. I don't want your drug money." Blah blah blah. And so he about to hit his mom. I was like, "Oh shoot." I mean, damn. Okay, maybe he is that bad. And Jason has to break it up. Then we see him carjacking people and going to the shop and like giving them the cars, and they like, yo, like, he only paid some $250 for a stolen car. I'm like, is that what you get paid? Because that ain't even much. That's a whole behind car. Oh, Okay, whatever. But you can see like Boy is crazy. And so Jada and Jason goes on this date, and see, he somehow gets a bus, takes her to a Greyhound station, and they have dinner. An empty Greyhound station, and they have dinner. And I'm like, is this a date? Like, hold on. Like, maybe in the 90s, this would be like, you hijacked the bus, took me to a random Greyhound station, and okay. And then they go to this like grassy area we find out is the bayou. Okay. They go to the bayou and they have sex. Because like I said, all we see them do is like have like maybe 2 dates and have sex. That's all you can really do in a movie. So I guess. But their acting is so bad. I don't feel any chemistry between them two. I can't tell if they like each other for real because oh Boy seems like he's trying too hard, like he's overacting, and Jada kind of seems like she don't want to be there. It's the complete opposite of each other, but okay, cool. Like they have their date, whatever. So then we had this festival, which is the Juneteenth festival, and again we realize how crazy the old boy is. He gets taken in to do this robbery. He sees Jada and Jason, and he starts touching up on old girl. And he's just like, he's a convincing crazy person. You know how sometimes when people try to be crazy, they overdo it? I believe he's crazy. I believe it. He's the most convincing actor in this movie because I believe everything he's trying to portray, okay? And so then they start planning out this robbery, and Jada hears, because apparently Jada's brother is the main guy, which again, we never established this, but okay, we just gonna go with it. And then he tells Jason about it, and Jason's like, I'm gonna go talk to my brother, and she's like, please just talk to him, don't like kill him, because I don't want to have another boyfriend in a body bag or something like that. So he goes to talk to his brother's like, yo, I'm not doing that. What are you talking about? Like, I'm not gonna rob a bank. What? And then he goes to rob this bank, and oh my god. I wanted so badly to get the scene in this video because this is the best part of the movie, or one of the best parts of the movie, and it's hilarious. But I could not. I need to get my clip skills better, but it's hilarious. Trust me. Okay, I have to beat that out. This man comes into this bank robbery late. They shoot a cop. Then they like, look, they shot a cop. The alarms are going off. We gotta go, because if we don't go, we gonna get caught. And old boy like, nah, I don't want to go. I need me some money. So then he beats this dude up without a mask on, because they all have ski masks. He takes his mask off, so now his face out there. He takes his mask off, so he's beating this dude up to take his watch. And then he was like, yeah, tell him such and such for this rock. I was like, yo. He was the best part of this movie because he was the most entertaining part. Like, my guy comes late, beats a dog up for his watch because he can't get no money, and it's like, yo, tell him who did it. It was me. And what? Mind you, it's supposed to be a love movie, and I have pretty much skipped over all the love movie parts because this is the main part. The main part of this movie is his brother is crazy. We're assuming he's crazy because he killed somebody. We're about to get into why this doesn't make any sense. Anyway, so then we actually start getting into a somewhat good part. This is why I'm going to say it has some good parts. So, the boy, Joshua, he gets beat up by the other people because he messed up their robbery and they're mad about it. So he comes home all beat up, and Jason's like, yo, I'm gonna go get him for you. And he goes, beats up old boy, Jada's brother. He goes, beats him up. And then after he beats old boy up, he comes to see Jada beat up himself, mind you. And Jada's like, I don't want to be in this ghetto-ish anymore. And I'm like, your boyfriend's sitting here bleeding. That's why I said I don't believe they are a couple, because they never show any type of romantic or actual feelings for each other. It was more superficial. They had sex a couple times that was very graphic. I said Love Jones was graphic. I thought they was really, I thought this was real. I was like, Jada, dang, you ain't gotta do that. You was in a different world, girl. You could make some more money. But anyway, so she just talked about how you need to let your family go. Just let them die, let them rot. It's not your responsibility to take care of your family.
Jason, I am trying to love you, but I don't want my heart broken. And that's exactly what you're gonna do if you keep trying to save a brother that don't want to be saved. What kind of hold does he have on you, huh?
And I do agree, but it's like, sis, you see him beat up. You're not like, oh my God, are you okay? Is everything okay? No. She's like, you need to leave your family alone because we got to get out of here. I want to get out of here, and the only way I'm going to get out of here is with you. And I'm like, are you using him to... Like, sis, you can get on a bus by yourself. But anyway, so... so then we see... the end of this movie. I'm just gonna cut to the end of this movie because everything else in between is like not important. The end of this movie is the best part of this movie because it's the only part that makes it interesting. Actually, no. Let me switch back. At this scene when they go to meet each other, he tells Jada he's the one who killed their father.
Josh went and got Mama's gun. Mom was screaming. She told him, no, don't get it, but... So I tried to take it from her. When I tried to take it from her, Daddy came rushing towards me. And before I could do anything, I just turned around.
And that's why I said this doesn't make any sense. Because if Joshua, his brother, would have killed his father, it would make a lot more sense if why he's crazy, because he killed somebody. That'll drive you freaking crazy, right? But Jason's the one who killed him. So why? Why? Is he just crazy? Is that? Because originally he was supposed to, like Joshua had the gun first. Jason wrestled him for the gun and then shot him anyway. I was just like, this doesn't make any sense. This made the whole movie not make sense. Because the only reason why I believe his brother was so crazy is because he killed somebody. Like, that makes sense. Now nothing makes sense, okay? Jason apparently feels obligated to take care of his family because he killed him, and I can kind of get that, but whatever. Anyway, so we get to the end of this movie. Let's just keep going. So Joshua, his brother, gets a gun, and his friends see him with this gun, and he walks off, and he's like, his friends are like, Now I know how Crazy Boy is. He got a gun and he look like he about to do something. So he goes and they call Jason and is like, yo, your brother about to do something crazy. Then we cut to Jada and the robbery dude's house, and they're all out there and, you know, don't care about that part. So essentially what happens is Joshua shows up to the house, starts shooting everybody, okay? He shoots the two guys outside who were a part of their whole little robbery thing. And then he goes upstairs, he gets Jada, and by the time this happens, Jason gets there because he's running to get his brother, and somehow he knew where he was going. I guess they just assumed that was where he was going because they beat him up. So yeah, so he goes and runs to the house, and he sees his brother with Jada, and he's threatening to kill her, and he's like, she's taking you away from us. Because one thing I didn't mention is that he was telling his mom that he was leaving, and his brother kind of overheard him, and he's like, she's taking you away from us, you know, we need you, I need you, you're all I have, I don't have anything else. And
I don't give a fuck about you, Josh. Fuck this. Don't make me do this again, man. Come on, Josh, let it go. Don't make me do this again, man. She taking you away from me, man. She taking you away from me. She taking you away from me.
You know, he's like, no, let her go, and he starts arguing with him as if she does not have a gun to this girl's head. Like, so then he shoots her. Yeah, he kills her. He kills Jada. It's not funny. But then my guy takes her body and just carries it out of this crime scene. As if it's not a crime scene, sir. It's just carrying her out. The police let him walk by. And then his brother ends up killing himself. which is sad. I actually was emotionally attached to this character. Of all, the only character I gave a fuck about was the crazy one. Maybe that said a lot about me. But anyway, I cut it off at this point because I was just like, I'm done. There was like 5 minutes left. If you can tell me what the end of the movie was, let me know in the comments. I don't get why people thought this was a love movie. Neither one of them seemed like they were that much in love. She before his brother comes and kills everybody, is telling her friend that she's done. She doesn't want him anymore because what happened? Like, because his family, like, she gave him up immediately. Like, sis, I've had some toxic behind boyfriends, and I ain't give him up that damn easy. Like, he ain't even do nothing. Like, yeah, he beat up your brother for his brother, but it's like, so you like, I'm done. Hands clean. I don't even like him anymore. Like, but then again, they weren't really in an established relationship, so yeah, I get it. Like, she didn't really seem like she liked him that much. There was no establishment of their relationship. There was no establishment of anything besides the family. Like, you get his brother is crazy. You get he cares about his brother. You get he cares about his mom. There is this side where the love story is nothing. I felt nothing. I did not think that they loved each other. I kind of just thought that they was smashing, okay? And that was it. And that was it. And they were saying some philosophical, boring behind stuff, and they was going to run away together and probably break up in like a couple months when they get somewhere else. Because she just wanted to get the hell out of town. He just wanted to get the hell out of town. And they was using each other to get the hell out of town. That was the whole movie. So if you want to watch this movie, it's on Pluto for free. So thankfully I didn't have to pay for this one. If you like this movie, please tell me why. The best part of this movie was, what's his name? I forgot what his name is. The guy from Dead Presidents. He was the best part of this movie. And just looking at Eddie Griffin and knowing that he was in this movie kept making me laugh. But everything else. So I just realized I did not get this rating like I do every other movie. I'm going to give this a 5 out of 10. Mainly because of the brother. That's the best part of this movie. And there's some good songs in there. They had some Al Green in there in the beginning. I forgot to mention that part. That's about it. Yeah, 5 out of 10. Anyway, this is my review. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you don't like this video because I don't like the movie, go ahead and hit the dislike button. It helps me anyway. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, suggestions, threats, telling me how bad I am at this channel, go ahead. Again, that helps my channel. I don't really care. And if you want to subscribe, that also very much helps my channel. I'm not usually this lethargic. To be quite honest, I really wanted to watch a very romantic movie because it is Valentine's Day. So I was like, oh, that'd be great to get it. Like, maybe I should have just watched Love and Basketball again because I've seen it already. But maybe I should just watch it. I know that's a good love movie, but trying to do something different and swing and a miss. So yeah, that's my review. If, like I said, subscribe if you want to. I make videos. Can't tell you the exact schedule because it's always off, but I make videos. I'll hopefully see you tomorrow. Who knows? Bye.